Guys, what's up? This is the Retro Gamer coming at you, delivering Retro Recap Edition 7. And we got a guest today, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a little background on this guy, who's my special guest. Because like I said, every recap is going to be usually a different guest. So this guy's a friend of mine for a couple years now on Xbox Live, and he goes by the name of Kid Shock. So, what up, Kid Shock?
What's up, man?
Yeah, so
What's going on?
he's gonna be here today to describe, discuss a couple things because recently, in most of my recent retro recaps, I've been mostly talking about off-topic issues. But for this recap, we're gonna mostly go back to you know gaming, related issues, or just news in general. And just as of like a couple minutes ago, I've been looking up some Gears of War stuff, and everybody, especially Xbox fans, have been expecting Gears of War 3 to come out. So a lot of people that I know eventually got tired of Gears of War 2, and they're looking for a breath of fresh air, especially Kid Shock. But what we're gonna start off with talking about what made Gears of War 2 over time become a game that most people don't want to play no more.
Well, basically, the game had no consistency to me. Like the shotgun, it'll take one shot one time, and then another time it'll take four shots, and after a while, it just became stressful. And then people, they just started two piecing after a while. So I mean, it kind of took away the enjoyment from the game.
Yes, that was probably the biggest issue with Gears of War 2, along with the lag problems and host advantage.
Chainsaw too. Host is probably the biggest to me.
Yeah, and lag was definitely the biggest issue, but the two piecing was way too easy. I mean, it was basically once you got the melee in, you were guaranteed to kill. And the problem with that is, with people knowing that, everyone did it because they knew they was going to be guaranteed to kill. But another thing that I didn't like was the fact that the host they would reward hosts based off of anybody. Basically, anybody could get hosts. If you lived in a foreign country, you could get hosts. So
And most of the time, people would bridge it anyway, so it'd be the same host every game, and it just became dumb after a while. You didn't know which KD was legit anymore.
yeah,
It
people
just
used to
became stressful.
people used to brag about their KDs, and I'm like, well, yeah, you bridge hosts most of the time. I mean, bridging hosts can have its benefits, but a lot of people just use it to brag about their KD. But what the problem with Gears of War was, I think they've had at least like 6 or 7 updates for the game. Now, when you think about it, if a game has had 6 or 7 updates, that tells you that something's wrong with your game. If you have to update it that much, and
Uh,
the problem with that is, it tells your fans that you don't really know what type of product you're putting out there, because you shouldn't be having 6, 7 updates for a game that Gears of War 1 had a really good effect on the game, but Gears of War 2 is a drop off, and they try to update it, patch it up, but it really made it worse. So, what are you looking forward to mostly from the transition from Gears 2 to Gears 3? What would you like to see?
I'd like to see more of the Gears of War 1 fast-paced action, the shotgun action and everything else. But I'd also like the smoothness that Gears of War 2 had as well.
Yeah,
It would be nice.
yeah, I'm mostly looking forward to seeing how the matchmaking system was, because on Gears of War 1, how you could choose which host you want to get into. You could see that connection bar, and you could choose what map you want to play on. I hope they revert to that style, because it's more flexible in what you want to play instead of just being thrown into something. I like the map selection on Gears of War 2, but I also like how before you get into a game on Gears 1, you could choose what map you want to play on. You can see the host. But I also hope they eliminate host advantage, because that would really show who has the real skill or not. But while we're on Gears of War 3, I just recently was on Gearsopedia, and I was looking up some things on some leaked info on Gears of War 3, and I'm seeing that Gears of War 3 is going to have a total of 20 multiplayer maps. Now, what do you think about the idea of having 20 maps for Gears of War 3?
Well, with 20 maps, they might not bring out DLC maps because there'll already be enough maps in the game. So people won't have to waste their money and buy Microsoft points to get the downloadable content, which I think might be nice.
Right. Do you think 20 maps is too much, or do you think it needs more?
I think that's the right amount for when it's released, you know, because getting used to 20 maps is going to take some time, you know.
Right. Exactly. And from what I'm seeing here, they're bringing back a couple of flashback maps from Gears 1 and Gears 2. Like they're going to bring back Clock Tower. They're going to bring back Jacinto, Blood Drive. I saw they bring back Day 1. I really don't know why they brought back Day 1. Personally, I didn't like the map. And Kid Shock could tell you himself, he didn't like the map either. I don't know why. They're bringing back Gridlock and River, which is, I like all of those choices except for probably Day 1. But that's mostly what they're going to try to do. They're going to bring back the same feeling that Gears of War 1 had, because if you notice, they're bringing back Clock Tower, which they didn't put on Gears of War 2, and they bringing back Gridlock, which they did put on Gears of War 2. So they're trying to bring back that little Gears of War 1 feel. Hopefully, like he said, the movements feel the same. But also notice here they Lancers you can have camos on your Lancers. You can have, I'm reading here, you can have gold camo, chrome. Don't know what chrome might be, but Omen, Tribal. I guess they're more Gears of War related camos that I guess we'll see once the game comes out. Digital, which is like a Call of Duty style digital. They have a pinkish color, which one has been seen in trailers and gameplay video when they did at E3. Grayish and black. So they're coming out with a new style, sort of like the Call of Duty style, where you can put camos, which is a good idea because the plain black Lancer gets boring after a while. And they also, having added more characters. You can use Samantha Byrne, which is I guess is a new character from Gears 3. Clay Carmine, Prescott, the chairman, and then some more people. So Gears of War 3 is really looks like it's going to be a step in the right direction. We gave you our opinions of what to expect, but if they do not make another Gears of War, hopefully that this one leaves a lasting impression on Gears fans, and hopefully it's a more playable game than Gears of War 2, because Gears of War 2 got really irritating. So, Gears of War 3 hopefully will live up to its billing, and, we all can enjoy it. But next thing I want to talk about, me and K Shock want to talk about, is this notion of a Modern Warfare 3 coming out at the end of the year. And I know it's a little bit late because they did release this info in January. But I'm going to let Kid Shock go ahead and talk about what he expects from Modern Warfare 3 and what they need to change from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3.
Well, I haven't been the biggest Call of Duty fan over the years, ever since Modern Warfare 2, because it's just put a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm hoping that in Modern Warfare 3 they'll input some balance in it, because getting noob tubed across the map also got very frustrating.
Very frustrating.
That, they give the game a sort of balance, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
What about the weapons? Did you like the weapons in Modern Warfare 2?
Oh, the weapons were fine. Just some were overpowered, like the UMP. We all know that was just the go-to gun. So
right.
Hopefully there's no gun that hopefully stands out like that.
Yeah, and I think
hopefully they all have their own balance.
The problem with that was, with the UMP, is that everyone used it because everyone knew how powerful it was. And then what they would do is they would add stopping power to it to make the gun way overpowered. But the most frustrating thing, as I've always said on Marvel 2, was the constant noob tubing. So hopefully they tone it down. They don't make a perk that increases explosive damage. They don't give you a perk that can continuously. If they're gonna put one man army back on there, only allow it to resupply ammo and equipment. Maybe not even equipment, but just ammo, so that you can't keep getting noob tubes and stuff, because that was a very abusive part of the game. And hopefully Modern Warfare 3 fixes the glitches, because Modern Warfare 2 had a whole lot of glitches that were to the point where that wasn't even funny. People used to glitch off the map, especially Derail. Derail comes to mind, how you used to glitch off into the sky. And they had, Kid Shock, you played the game when it first came out, they had the Javelin glitch. They've had the infinite ammo glitch. Yeah, care package glitch, the infinite ammo glitch, where you have non-stop ammo, which was abusive because kids was using constant noob tubes. They're just a couple of glitches to name a few. So hopefully, I don't know exactly who's running Infinity Ward now, because I heard they got a new crew up in there, and I don't know if you know anything about that, Kid Shock, but
No, I haven't looked up on it.
Yeah, there's a whole new group running Modern Warfare 2 now, so it won't be the same. So I don't know who's running the show, but hopefully they listen to do what Treyarch did and listen to complaints that the fans had. Because if they continue to put a product like that out, I mean, I don't think it's gonna last for too long. So the timing of it, I don't know because Gears of War 3 will be coming out around that time. I don't know. I'm a Gears fan, so I'm most likely gonna be playing Gears of War more, and I know Kid Shot can agree. So it would have to really blow me away in order for me to to stay on that more than Gears of War 3. And Modern Warfare 2 didn't really blow me away, or it took me a while to realize that the game was really had some problems, but it really does have a lot of problems. Hopefully they fix on it. But last but not least, we ran through Gears of War 3 and Modern Warfare 3 potential games coming out. Well, they've already been verified they're coming out. Now we're going to move on to Medal of Honor. Now, I know a lot of people, well, initially were like me, who saw the trailer and was like, this game is awesome. And then, you bought the game. And then, personally for me, I regret buying the game. Now, I didn't do no gameplay footage on Medal of Honor because, personally to me, the game sucked to me. But I'm going to let Kid Shock talk about what particularly made the game suck, and then I'm going to, express what I thought about it.
Alright, well, first and foremost, the thing I noticed first, as soon as I played the game, was the game spawned you in the same place almost every time.
Right.
No matter the game mode, so it was easy to spawn camp people in that game. So mostly all you had to do was just run out there, kill the whole team, and then wait by their spawn because they're gonna spawn in the same place. And to me, that became very frustrating.
Right. And
also,
go ahead.
I thought the game, the classes were pointless to me.
Sure, it was only 3 classes. That's not much.
It was 3 classes, and the what was it called? Specialist or something?
Spec Ops. It was Spec Ops, Assault, and Sniper. Something like that.
Yeah, the Spec Ops and Assault felt pretty much the same.
Yeah.
One had a rocket launcher and one had a grenade launcher.
They labeled the M4 as a submachine gun or as a Spec Ops, a close quarters gun. This M4A1 is not a close quarters gun. It's an assault rifle. They had the classes mixed up. And then, not only that, there weren't many guns to choose from. I mean, you leveled up, but the reward was not really getting guns. I mean, it was only like a total of 10 guns on the game. So, and also...
You had to level up, you had to get to level 9 to unlock your first gun.
Right, and the leveling up wasn't always easy.
The classes have different levels.
Right, and I know a problem, particularly with me and a couple people that bought the game, we used to play hardcore mode, and the hardcore felt like core. Like, you couldn't tell the difference between hardcore and core, because when you shoot somebody hardcore with an AK, open tip ammo, which was the attachment, increased bullet penetration, you still couldn't kill people. It felt like core. It felt like you had to put a whole clip into them. You shouldn't have to put a whole clip of AK. Not to mention, not saying my accuracy was bad or good, but I mean, if I hit you and get multiple hit marks with an AK in hardcore, that tells me that your hardcore mode is something wrong with your hardcore mode. And I think the problem was, and Kid Shot can go into detail, it was supposed to be related to Battlefield, and since he plays Battlefield a lot, you really couldn't see any improvement from Battlefield. In my opinion, I think Battlefield Bad Company 2 was actually better than Medal of Honor. But I'm going to let him go into detail what made Battlefield, and I guess in both our opinions, still a better game than Medal of Honor.
Well, I mean, Medal of Honor and Bad Company 2, well, Medal of Honor's multiplayer, it used the same physics from Bad Company 2. So everything was pretty much the same, whether it was reloading or tossing a grenade somewhere. But the thing they did wrong with this game, and I think that they did well in Battlefield, was they did a good job with the classes.
Right.
Because in Battlefield, all the classes, you can tell all the classes play a specific role on the team.
Right. Exactly, because everybody's playstyle was different. Everybody can't play the same.
Yeah, exactly. But Medal of Honor, it was just like, what am I choosing a class for? Why can't I just choose a gun?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it didn't have problems with spawning because you could choose your own spawn. So Medal of Honor had problems with spawning. It has problems with damage, bullet detection, bullets not doing no damage. So in overall, Battlefield is probably still a better game. and they're announcing that another Medal Honor might come out. So I don't know if I'll pick it up based off of this Medal Honor, but hopefully they do a better job. I don't know, not most likely not gonna really pick it up, but you know, just for a little recap, Gears of War 3 looks like it's gonna be the shit as always, and this is not a fanboy perspective. I think it really is gonna be a good game. Modern Warfare 3, it might be better than Modern Warfare 2, but that's really not saying much. And Medal Honor, looks like it failed. Looks like Battlefield is still the way to go as far as gaming. So just try to pick up those games, guys. Because they look like they're gonna be legit. Me and Kid Shock agree. And check me out. Check me and Kid Shock. I'm gonna put his link in the description box. He doesn't really use a YouTube much, but just check out. And for the this is gonna be Retro Recap 7. And tune in for Retro Recap 8. And this is for Retro and Kid Shock, and we're out.